It is the last day of the month, but the middle of the week. Happy 30th day of April, 2025. I am Dan Koontz. It's a Wednesday morning, and it is a beautiful one. 48 degrees, a little bit warmer than what we normally see this time of the year. Just a little bit of light breeze. A system that brought us the wind over the last 36 hours or so is already exiting the area. It's heading east, and it's going to be replaced by a ridge of high pressure, which is going to start moving in and building up. By the end of the day today, it'll be well entrenched, and it'll be here for most of the day today, all day Thursday, all day Friday. Then it leaves, and another system comes in from the north on Friday night into Saturday. Saturday's not looking too bad now. Things are a little bit better than we thought it would be 24 hours ago for this Milk Growers Grand Parade. At least no rain like we had last year. It's going to be considerably cooler. We're going to go from the lower 80s on Friday to more like the mid 60s. On Saturday, but no rain, we don't think, and no wind. And we can live with that, and then we build up to more great weather on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's ironic that the worst of the 7 days in the forecast is actually Saturday, but it is what it is. We'll take it. It's still better than it was last year. Forecast details, and it's a forecast I think you're going to like, is coming up. We got some news to touch on. Sports. Jorge Polanco accounted for all 5 Mariner runs, and they only needed 4. They beat the Angels last night at T-Mobile Park, 5-3. We'll have highlights of that, plus all the prep action from yesterday. It was a busy day in the local high school pitches and ball fields. We'll have all of that. And part 2 of my profile of the folks who are putting on Tour de Bloom, the 13th Tour de Bloom, as part of the Wenatchee, as part of the Apple Blossom Festival anyway. And this morning's interview, we're going to concentrate just on the downtown criterium, which will be held. It starts about 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, goes all the way until deep into Saturday night. This is some fantastic bike racing, and they just zip through the streets of downtown, and Craig Still and Steve Johnston will tell you all about that. It's become one of my favorite activities of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Great conversation. You don't want to miss that. It'll be in the back half of the program. Oh, and an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. You can't have everything. Where would you put it? All right, let's take our tour around the valley, see what we look like today. We're looking good, as you might imagine. I checked the river flows this morning. It's a pretty easy site to access. Tells you how fast the rivers are flowing, and they're flowing about normal this time of the year as far as speed and as far as the height on the banks. It wasn't that case a couple of years ago. We had quite a bit of high and fast waters, and of course, you may remember what was about 4 or 5 years ago, the entire spit at Walla Walla Point Park washed away. They had to rebuild it from scratch pretty much, but no case this year. Of course, we're still a ways away from the really warm weather. Beautiful view from our Wenatchee Heights camera, and we're popping on to camera number 2 on our morning tour, and it's right back to monitor. Orchards are looking good. This is the last day, by the way, where we're going to gain at least 3 minutes of daylight. This is it. Sunrise this morning was at 5:45, and it was a pretty one. I know, I saw it. Sunset tonight at 8:12. That's 14 hours and 27 minutes of daylight, an additional 3 minutes longer than it was yesterday. But starting tomorrow, even though the days are getting longer, not as dramatically. We'll be under the 3-minute mark as far as gaining daylight. That'll start on Thursday, May 1st. Good morning to the monitor area, and a little slice of cashmere to boot. Camera number 3. Oh, haven't used that one for a while. The Arondo Rock camera. Of course, Mission Ridge, their last day of the ski season was last Sunday. They're still going to have some stuff going on. In fact, they're going to have stuff going on all this summer. They still got the big flamingo thing, I think, coming up this weekend. I'm not sure. But Mission Ridge is done for the year, although the snow ain't. Snow's not going to be usually gone until late June up at Mission Ridge. I mean, the summit of Mission Ridge is 7,000 feet. It'll take a while for the snow to melt. Good morning to Lake Aniat. Camera number 4? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. All of a sudden, I forgot how to count. Good morning to Billy Goat. Well, the camera's on top of Billy Goat. What we're looking at is Pateras and Brewster, and can't see Bridgeport. It's tucked behind that ridge there to your right. The Medhow, the Columbia, on up to Omak, Okanagan from our Billy Goat camera. Beautiful view. Alta Lake is in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And my guess is the golf courses with this beautiful sunny and mild weather is going to be rather busy over the next, well, between now and, say, October. I hope so, anyway. One slide to show for you. the 80s. Now, we've already hit the 80-degree mark. We did that on Saturday. For the Technoplex Youth Parade, we got up to 80 degrees. In fact, we almost set a record last Saturday, April 26th. So we've already hit 80, but here's your stats for 80 degrees. The average first day of 80 degrees is May 3rd for Wenatchee. We've already done that. The earliest was way back in April of 1977. But just 3 years ago, it took us forever to get to the 80-degree mark for the first time. It was the first day of summer before we finally got to 80 in the summer of 2022. And as you can see, Omak has yet to get to the 80-degree mark, but you will, Omak, if not Thursday, certainly on Friday. So here comes some nice weather until we get to Saturday. As far as temperatures are concerned, take a look at it because you'll see the big cool down on Saturday. Grand Parade Day from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Sunshine and a high today of about 71. For the record, we hit 76 yesterday, so we may be a little warmer than that 71. We shall see. 48 for the overnight low tonight. Sunshine, warmer still, 76 for the valley, close to 80 up in the Omak area and out of the Columbia Basin. 51 for the overnight low on Thursday. Will definitely be in the 80s. Could be warmer than 81. As a matter of fact, on Friday. And then Friday night, while we're sleeping, is when the ridge slides out. We have about a 40% chance of showers Friday night, but I mean in the wee small hours of Friday night, spilling into early Saturday morning. And the overnight low is going to be mild, 54, because we will have some cloud cover. Some clouds and some light rain possible very early Saturday, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and then we should dry out, and we'll see some sunshine by late morning on Saturday, but it's going to be a lot cooler with a high of only 66, which is actually normal for this time of the year. So it's going to feel cooler. And then here we go again. Another ridge comes in on Sunday. It'll be here by Monday for sure, and we'll have lots of sunshine and temperatures above normal. No complaints at all. That's a forecast I'd like. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, the news, because that's what we do next. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Central Washington Water is home to the Hot Spring Spa for over 45 years. Come see the Freshwater Smart IQ. It monitors your saltwater spa's pH balance, chlorine, and more. Or the cold plunge tub that will leave you feeling rejuvenated. Plug-and-play spas make hot tubbing easy. With great financing available, cold water, salt water, hot water, Central Washington Water has a spa for your budget and your lifestyle. Stop by today.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Beautiful morning, lots of sunshine, just a little bit of wind. It'll be gone. The wind will in the next couple of hours. We'll be into the 70s, just like we were yesterday. Warmer still Thursday, warmer still Friday. Big cool down on Saturday, but actually not a bad forecast for Grand Parade Day. It's 10 minutes after the hour. Two 21-year-old hikers found themselves swept downstream on Tuesday when they tried to cross a fast-running creek in western Chelan County. Chelan County Emergency Management Sergeant Jason Reinfeld said the two hikers, both men, were on the Icicle Creek Trail in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest when they tried to cross French Creek. It's about 1.5 miles from the trailhead. Both suffered minor injuries. One of them apparently broke a toe. And they texted 911 for rescue at about 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon after they made it to the far side of the stream bank. Search and rescue deputies and volunteers hiked in, set up a rope system, and got the hikers back across the creek, which was impassable by foot. The two men were brought safely back to the trailhead at about 10 o'clock on Tuesday night. An employee of the Wenatchee Safeway store was cited for misdemeanor assault on Sunday for allegedly spraying a carload of customers with a fire extinguisher. Wenatchee police say the 30-year-old man was working in the Safeway fuel station at 5th and Miller and warned a man sitting in a Jeep not to use a vape while they were gassing up because of a risk of fire. Well, the man swore at the attendant and walked a short distance away and then continued to vape. Shortly after that, police say the attendant stuck the hose of the extinguisher through the window of the Jeep and discharged it, spraying all 4 occupants inside. He allegedly told police he wanted to prevent a fire or an explosion. Safeway told officers the attendant did not report the situation to his superiors. Before he took action, he was freed on a $1,000 bond and was told to make his first appearance May 12th in Chelan County District Court. Chelan Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services recognized 4 local legal professionals earlier this month for making a difference in the community. The organization held its annual Justice on the Move Gala. It was on April 19th. That's where the awardees were announced. Northwest Immigrant Rights Project Deputy Director Vanessa Gutierrez was honored for commitment to community. Lawyer Colby Cameron earned the Pro Bono Attorney of the Year award. Paralegal and co-coordinator for Wenatchee for Immigrant Justice, Rachel Pashkowski, was awarded Legal Services Champion, and Judith Laurie was recognized with the Professionalism and Civility Award. According to the nonprofit, the Justice on the Move Gala raised $165,000 to continue to support the organization's mission of free legal representation for those who can't afford it. The body of an Okanagan County woman missing since last fall has been recovered. Sophia Sorensen Amaro was 21 years old. Back in late November, she went missing from Oroville. Her vehicle was found November 21st in a rural area near Loomis. Searchers stalled with the approach of winter. They were finally suspended, looking for her in early December. And then the Okanagan County Sheriff's Office and 20 searchers from 7 partner agencies resumed the recovery last Thursday. And Sophia's remains were found shortly before noon, not far from the area where her car was located last year. Her family said she had returned home from mental health treatment shortly before her disappearance. And Chelan County Public Works will not be chip sealing this summer as the department evaluates its preservation program. Chip sealing is a coating of liquid asphalt and gravel. It's applied to an existing roadway in need of rehabilitation. The county says this year road crews will instead focus on repairing potholes, completing drainage work, and other duties. Public Works is expected to set aside some savings by not chip sealing this summer, and they'll review different means of rating pavement in the future. Chip sealing is expected to return next year. That's the news at 14 minutes after the hour. If you're interested in what's going on around here, and we have done our research, turns out you do, watch the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock right here on this very TV station on television. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. But if you can't make those exact times, don't worry about it. You can either DVR it, or better yet, just go to the web. It'll be there right around 5 o'clock. You can watch our news by going to our homepage at NCWLIFE.com, to our Facebook page, to our YouTube page. We have an Instagram. We have an X. We occasionally have a song in our heart. And if you're out and about and you think something might be newsworthy, you send us an email, please, news@ncwlife.com. Mariners, even with the makeshift lineup, they got a lot of injuries, still winning ball games. Last night, no exception. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel. The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Sports at 17 minutes after the hour. Jorge Polanco hit 2 home runs, drove in all 5 of the Mariner runs. Mariners beat the LA Angels 5-3 last night. Polanco was already on a tear. He went 8 for 17 with 2 doubles, 4 home runs, and 8 RBIs in 5 games last week, and that earned him the American League Player of the Week award.
Polanco, a bolt to right field. It continues. 3-run home run. Jorge Polanco. Goldie, there is literally nowhere to pitch it. He's crushing everything, but fastballs. You look at the damage he's doing against that pitch. He was slugging 172 last year in the Mariners uniform. Slugging 500 this year. Ground ball to Tellez right there. Soler ducking for cover. Rowdy's got your back. That'll get you off the field. And don't blink. Rowdy Tellez is a lifesaver over there.
And there's a drive to right center this time. Trout is back for it, out near the wall, and it is caught by Adele. A leaping catch up against the wall. Adele saves extra bases.
Yeah, he got back to that. That was a great route on that one. And I know talking to EY Senior today about some of the routes, especially what we saw in Minnesota, because he's still trying to get his footing and his hip and everything else running well. This is a perfect track back to the wall.
There's a drive to right center, and it's pretty deep. It's over the head and over the wall. It's a home run. Well, that ball just carried. And Logan O'Hoppe drills one to the opposite field, his 8th home run, to get the Angels on the board.
That's Logan O'Hammered. You just had to have a little Gooby Tuesdays to get it going.
Well, we're looking for answers, and that could be it.
Yes, 8th home run now, just a couple behind Cal Raleigh.
To center field, Polanco cannot be stopped. He is on a whole nother planet right now. I mean, just get out of the strike zone against Polanco. He just looks so comfortable. Remember, from in, you've barely seen him. You got no video on him. First time being 60 feet away, 96, and just absolutely destroying that pitch.
His most big league time. Here's a squibber and a fair ball down the third base line. Neto heads for the plate. Shonowell heads for second. It's back-to-back doubles as the Angels draw closer.
When you talk about placing a baseball about as well as you can and picking up an extra base hit with it.
Like an onside kick.
Yeah. Exit velocity of 64.2, but it looks like it was about 110.
That's yanked past third, a fair ball. Into the left field corner, that one heads as Shonowell comes in. Soler doubles, 3 two-base hits in this inning, and 2 runs have scored.
Now you got that tying run coming to the dish. And a guy that already homered. It's all you can ask for here, especially again.
1-2. Does he go? Yes, he does. That's the ball game. The Mariners win it 5-3, and the script.
Yeah, baby. The 2-game series wraps up today. It's a matinee. Emerson Hancock will pitch for the Mariners. Tyler Anderson toes the rubber for the Angels. First pitch this afternoon at 1:10. It'll be a beautiful day in the Emerald City. Good thing that the Mariners won because the Rangers just slaughtered the Athletics 15-5. So the Mariners lead in the American League West remains 1 game, and the Astros snuck by the Tigers 6-4. All right, let's stick with the diamond in prep baseball. Yesterday, Wenatchee kept pace with first place West Valley by taking care of Davis 14-6 down in Yakima. West Valley undefeated in Big 9 play this year in baseball, but the Moses Lake Mavericks gave them all they could handle, but they snuck it out 1-0. Eisenhower poured on a bunch of runs in the 7th inning to beat Eastmont. Smaller schools, a clean sweep for Kashmir. They took care of Wahluka 6-3 in the opener and 24-2 in the nightcap. Quincy took care of their rivals Ephrata. They 10-runned 15-5. Okanagan took care of Manson 11-1, and Liberty Bell all over Brewster in prep baseball 17-5. Prep softball, it was a good day for Kashmir. Not only did the baseball team win both games against Wahluke, so did the softball team, and again, no real problems, 20-3 and 21-8. And Cascade 10-run Chelan 14-4 in prep softball. More prep softball. Smaller schools, Brewster sweeps Tenasket 16-7 and 17-16, so the second game is a little closer. Manson had a hard time scoring runs. They got shut out by Okanagan in the first game, 19-0. They were able to score 6 in the second game, but Okanagan scored 21, so you can do the math. The Wenatchee Panther prep soccer team has clinched at least a tie for first place, and there's still a lot of soccer to go. They're running away with the Big 9. They had to go all the way to penalty kicks in Moses Lake, but the Panthers beat the Mavericks 1-0. Eastmont held off Davis 3-2, and East Wenatchee Kashmir got by Highland 2-1 on the pitch, and Cascade no real problems with OMAC. And more prep soccer. There was a lot going on. Quincy all over Tenasket in a non-leaguer 9-0. Grandview snuck by Ephrata 4-1. Okanagan beat Manson by just 1. Brewster over Bridgeport 2-0 in prep soccer, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. 9 obscure holidays you can celebrate today. You can do all of them or none of them. It's International Jazz Day. It's International Bubble Tea Day. It's National Military Brats Day for those kids who moved from town to town when dad or mom moved from town to town being in the military. National Honesty Day. I'm not lying, it is. It's National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. Shouldn't that be tomorrow when we do Pet of the Week? Anyway, National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. Thanks, Brad. National Oatmeal Cookie Day, National Raisin Day. But today, we celebrate the 87th birthday of Bugs Bunny. Today is National Bugs Bunny Day today because it was on this date in 1938 that Bugs Bunny made his debut. It wasn't even a Bugs Bunny cartoon. It was a Porky the Pig cartoon that made it to theaters on April 30th, 1938. It was called Porky's Hare Hunt. Bugs Bunny played the hare. He was basically an extra in that cartoon. Bugs Bunny's mannerisms modeled after Clark Gable. His behavior was modeled after Charlie Chaplin, for those people who don't know who those people are. In 1983, Atari released the first ever Bugs Bunny video game. We had an Atari in 1983. I don't remember playing that. Bugs Bunny was the first cartoon character to appear on a stamp, and Bugs Bunny is a United States Marine. So thanks for your service, Bugs. Today is National Bugs Bunny Day, one of the most iconic cartoon characters in this country's history. Speaking of history, April 30th, 1789, 236 years ago today, on the balcony of Federal Hall in Lower Manhattan, Wall Street specifically, George Washington takes the oath of office to become the first elected president of the United States of America. And it wasn't easy for George. Of course, he lived in Mount Vernon. He had to get to New York City, and he had to borrow money to do it. New York City was the capital of the country at the time. Of course, George was a rich guy. He owned 6,000 acres of land. He owned 300 slaves, but he couldn't sell or rent any of his properties or slaves to raise the money because all the other landowners didn't have any money either. In fact, George Washington confided to his nephew that at least one of the reasons that he took the job as President of the United States was the money. He needed the dough. George Washington gets the big gig 236 years ago today. Let's play Guess That Flag. We always do, you know, when states enter the Union. I'll give you a quick minute there. That might give it away because the state is known as the Pelican State. Louisiana. 213 years ago today, the territory of Orleans becomes the 18th state under the name of Louisiana, the Pelican State. The world's longest bridge over a body of water is the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. The locals just call it the Causeway. The bridge is 24 miles long. So you have a phobia about bridges, don't take this one. It has two parallel spans. The first one opened in 1956, the other opened in 1969. Louisiana is the only state with political subdivisions they call parishes. It's the same as counties. They just call them parishes. Louisiana's state capital in Baton Rouge is 450 feet tall and has 34 floors. It's the tallest state capital in the United States, but Louisiana, we love Louisiana. I love New Orleans, but Louisiana's got some problems. Louisiana's murder rate is 10.3 per 100,000 residents. That is twice the national average. Louisiana's murder rate has been the highest in the country for the last 37 years in a row. Louisiana's incarceration rate is 5 times that of Iran's, 13 times that of China. And China and Iran incarcerate a lot of their citizens. In fact, there are more people serving life sentences without parole in Louisiana than in Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama, and Mississippi combined. Where does Louisiana rank on the health scale, 1 to 50, from the healthiest state to the least healthiest state? Dead last. Louisiana is last as the healthy state rankings. They have the highest rates of alcoholism and drug overdoses. And Louisiana, alongside West Virginia, are the only 2 states that have lost population over the last 5 years. But we love you, Louisiana, anyway. Just do better. Here's the box score. April 30th, 1939, 86 years ago today, the Senators, Washington Senators, beat the Yankees 3-2 at Yankee Stadium. Lou Gehrig highlighted there, batting 6th. He had been struggling. They bumped him down from his traditional cleanup spot to 5th and then finally to 6th. Lou Gehrig played first base. He went 0 for 4. It was his 2,130th consecutive game. That afternoon, they took a train to Detroit, and on that train trip, Lou Gehrig decided, I'm not doing my team any good. Lou Gehrig would never play another Major League Baseball game again after this date, 86 years ago today. Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun did not honeymoon at Niagara Falls. They were married less than 40 hours, and then they, well, you know what happened. 80 years ago today, April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler, Eva Braun commits suicide after being married for less than 40 hours. And this is, you probably already know about this now. It's been everywhere over the last couple of days. This is the 50th anniversary, April 30th, 1975, the fall of Saigon and the end of the Vietnam War as communist forces gained control of Saigon. They've been hammering away at the capital for about a month. The unconditional surrender of the South Vietnamese Army and the president of South Vietnam. Here is CBS and NBC 50 years ago today.
American embassy officials had promised an orderly evacuation for their own people, the foreign press, and for all those Vietnamese who had worked for them and might be in danger. The plan was for a helicopter evacuation from the embassy grounds, and the signal was Bing Crosby singing White Christmas over Radio Saigon. But somebody forgot to play it, and the embassy was stormed. From midday to past midnight, a constant shuttle of naval helicopters from the American 7th Fleet airlifted out of that embassy more than 5,000 people. The ambassador went on the final helicopter from the platform above his office, He was the last American to leave Vietnam.
The American fleet had been having problems since the start of the evacuation, with the arrival of South Vietnamese pilots and their helicopters loaded with family and friends. Hovering above the decks to unload their passengers, the pilots were unfamiliar with landing their craft on a moving ship. One crashed into the side of the USS Blue Ridge. Others managed to crash land on the deck of the ship. For those that did manage to put down, they were simply pushed over the side and into the sea by U.S. sailors and Marines to make room for the returning American craft based on that ship, filled with evacuees from Saigon.
The city of Saigon was renamed today. The victorious communists who forced the city's surrender said the capital of South Vietnam henceforth will be known as Ho Chi Minh City. The Viet Cong headquarters was set up in the former presidential palace, and the former president, Dong Van Minh, is in custody. The American embassy was sacked, burned, and looted.
50 years ago today, the Vietnam War ends with the fall of Saigon. And on a completely different note, 1 year later, April 30th, 1976, 49 years ago today, during a break of their Who by Numbers tour, Keith Moon was in New York City, and Keith Moon, the great drummer, the greatest drummer of all time, paid 9 cab drivers to block off both ends of a New York street so Keith Moon could throw the entire contents of his hotel room out the window without hurting anybody. I was on this date 49 years ago today. Just one birthday. It's a heavenly birthday. It's somebody you might not be familiar with. His name is David Thompson. That's about the closest we think David Thompson looked like. He was born at state in 1770. What's his claim to fame? He was the first European, the first white man to navigate the full length of the Columbia River. He made it all the way to where the Columbia meets the Snake River near the Tri-Cities in July of 1811. The first European, and he was a really smart guy. He established good relations with all the indigenous people in all the villages along the way that he met because he brought a whole bunch of tobacco with him. Before you kill me, try some of this. David Thompson, born in the state in 1770. I think they have a monument to him down there, like in Kennewick or Pasco, I can't remember. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. My guess is if you have your HVAC system just set to automatic, you just have it, your thermostat set to whatever degrees, it's going to turn itself on Thursday, certainly Friday with temperatures in the 80s. You don't want it just to do it. You want to make sure it's ready to handle cooling your home, making that transition. Be smart, give Alpine Air a call. They'll take care of you. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then this Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, the place to be outside of Memorial Park is just 2 blocks down the road in downtown Wenatchee for the Tour de Blooms Downtown Criterium. It is a party. Don't take my word for it. Craig Still and Steve Johnston will tell you about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with a Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Classy Chassis Parade Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. with a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Celebrate this great country during Rockfest in Rock Island the last Saturday in June. Great music, great bands, great fun. It all happens at the Rock Island Golf Course. Mark your calendars and be prepared for family fun entertainment and live music until the fireworks start crackling. Contact info@rlstalent.com if you would like to help sponsor this event or bring your awesome food truck. Space is limited. Rockfest at the Rock Island Golf Course, June 28th.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, it is my understanding that 2 local religious organizations are including firearms and other use of force training in their church-related activities. Now, this is fine. Church can do anything they want. But this type of thing has nothing to do with Christianity and absolutely nothing to do with promoting or building the kingdom of God. Yeah, I know. Jesus asked the disciples who had a sword prior to heading to the Garden of Gethsemane, but also said if you live by the sword, you're going to die that way too. Now, it's interesting. The Apostle Paul tells us that the kingdom of God is love, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit, and that the weapons of Christianity are not earthly, not firearms, but they're spiritual. Sorry, folks, but you know who you are, but you can't co-opt Jesus into justifying your paranoia. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Mary Mays, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Our pet of the week this week is Shadow, and Mouse, her sibling, is down below. These guys are two females that are 9 years old. They were owner surrenders, and they are big old lap blankets. They love to be pet. They love to just bask in sunbeams, and they will definitely get to purring pretty hard, pretty quickly as soon as you get some hands on them. Shadow here is more extroverted. She will come out and greet you. Mouse, the gray one, she is more shy at first, but once you get them going with any sort of scratches or pets, they will warm up to you really quickly. And if you just sit somewhere, they will come right up to you, get in your lap, and start rumbling with purrs. Shadow and Mouse are literal sisters. They're siblings. They came from the same litter and were raised together as kittens all the way to now they're 9 years old. They've been with us for about a couple weeks, but they're very ready and available to go to their forever home. You can meet them at the shelter here. We are closed on Wednesdays, but we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6 p.m. Or you can see their profiles on our website. Shadow and Mouse would love to meet you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The 106th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's second weekend is jam-packed with multiple events, including the Classy Chassis Parade on Friday night and the Stem Milk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon and night brings the Tour de Bloom to downtown Wenatchee, and the Arts and Crafts Fair at Memorial Park runs through Sunday. Info at appleblossom.org.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect, no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Going to start out this interview with a little story about the very first year they had the race in downtown Wenatchee. I'm talking, of course, about the downtown criterion put on by Rookard Pools. Rookard Pools, by the way, they make great pools. We were having a good time here in the beer garden. It was very warm, very pleasant spring evening. It got a little not crazy, but it was a little too crowded for comfort in the beer garden. We went out to take a breather. We looked down at Rondo Street. What the heck is going on down there? We go down to check out the bicyclists, and we were hooked. And before you know it, my friend, we had a better time down there, downtown, than we had up at the beer garden, because this is entertaining fast racing. Introduce yourself to our television family.
My name is Steve Johnston. I will be, I guess, the voice of the Criterium. I'll be on the mic, joined by my buddy here, Craig Still. Craig is my color guy. He'll do all the interviews in the streets, talk to the racers, and just tell the story of the race from the racer's perspective, while I just try and call the action as it comes live.
You guys created a monster because that first year was such a phenomenal success that I've been back every year.
Well, I'm really super stoked to hear that. You know, there was some stumbling blocks before we actually moved it to Apple Blossom and right down the avenue where we were at. Our previous location was more south of town or south of the avenue, and we used Columbia Street. It was a horrible pavement down there. In fact, I had a racer undress me one day and tell me how dangerous our race was. But anyway, it's been just a pleasure and just a huge thing for us to move down the avenue and have it on Apple Blossom. It's just wonderful. And we're happy that the city has embraced us and Apple Blossom as well.
Pass your mic over for just a minute to Mr. Craig. These guys, first thing we noticed when we saw the very first downtown, these guys are fast. I mean, and gals too. They are fast, amateurs or pros. They are just smoking around downtown.
Yeah, and our course it's one of the fastest crit courses that you'll see in anywhere. And yeah, so it's a pretty exciting, electric thing for bike racing. Bike racing generally isn't a great spectator sport, okay? Generally on a stage like, say, up in Waterville or even at the Ed Ferris stage, bike racers take off. You may not see them for 45 minutes. That's not the case in downtown Wenatchee. You're going to see them every minute in the elite fields and a little bit slower on the other fields, but the racing is fantastic. What we try to do is we try to sort of paint a picture of really what's going on in that race and how it affects the general classification and that type of thing. And most of the time we can get a feel for what's really happening, what's playing out, how the teams are interacting, how trying to protect their guy or their gal and to get them to the finish line quicker. I will say this, in the later fields, the last two especially, the elite women and the elite men, they come so fast. Even for us on an elevated platform, it's hard to see really what's going on in the race.
You guys will be set up right at the start-finish line, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Any kind of pushback, and I'll ask you, any kind of pushback, oh, by the way, Darcy, we want to take it downtown, which means we have to close a 4-block section of downtown on a Saturday night of Apple Blossom. Was that like, you know what, I'm all for it?
Yeah, I don't think we got any pushback from Darcy. And in fact, I'll just state that the Wenatchee Police Department, they loved it. The very first year that we held the race on the Avenue, they called us afterwards, or we were in their after-action meeting, and they said they went to normal staffing by 10 o'clock that night on Apple Blossom, which was unheard of previous, so they like it. Unfortunately for some people, it shut down the cruising, but I mean, we kind of take over the avenue.
No, it didn't. It's now just two-wheel cruising real fast.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The beads.
Yeah. Talk about, you mentioned about every minute they come by again, and they do, but you got plenty of things to do in the 45 seconds while you're waiting for the racers to come by. There's refreshments, shall we say.
Yep. The craft cannabis beer garden is at the start-finish line. We have, just bumping tunes down there. We kind of try and create a party atmosphere.
You're doing well.
For the spectators and the racers. The racers really love it because every time they come by the beer garden, a roar usually goes up, and Craig and I try and stoke that fire. And, cowbells. That's what, bring those and just have fun with it. Craig, anything to add?
Well, we've traveled around the Pacific Northwest a lot as a race committee. And so we've been to a lot of races. And we always go there with the idea of, hey, let's focus on the things that these guys are doing right and glean some of that and bring it home to us, right? And I'll tell you what, when it comes to the Criterium, our Criterium is the funnest, it's the fastest, it's the most exciting. You know, it has a vibe like no other bike race, local, regional, whatever bike race that I've ever been to.
The races start about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's pretty continuous. If you really want to watch the best of the best, the fastest of the fastest, they get going about 8 o'clock on Saturday night?
Yep, about 8 o'clock will be our elite women. Elite men it start at 9. So as you can probably imagine, the final races take place under the lights, which adds to the complete ambiance of our event and really makes it a spectacle for the bike racers themselves and anybody in attendance. It really makes it a special event.
Between you and Craig and Ace and everybody else, I'll ask you both of this. How many hours, how many people are involved in this? You got law enforcement running roadblocks, you have pilot cars, you got volunteers left, right, and everything. This has gotten big. I'll let you answer that one.
Well, I don't know how many hours Ace Bollinger clocks in for this, but it is amazing. Ace is so well known around the country as the race director of Tour de Bloom. Whenever we go to other races, people ask us, they hand their phones over and said, could you take a picture of us with Ace? So the guy's a complete rock star. He's changed not only the Tour de Bloom, but the Tour de Bloom is the blueprint for what races around the country look at as they're trying to build their race. Anyway, I'll get back. That's just Ace. We have a pretty committed race committee that works on this year round.
They should be committed, all the hours they put in.
Yeah. But our next level of people, our drivers, our course marshals, our host housing coordinator, these are the people that honestly, we're the envy of the race community because of the commitment that we have from our volunteers and our leads in that. It's fantastic. And Steve, I'll hand it over.
You saw the videos during the interview. They're all spectator friendly, not quite like the downtown, but they're all spectator friendly. You're more than welcome to go out and watch any of these events. You saw the videos. They don't do it justice. To see it in person as a whip around downtown Wenatchee is the only way to do it. You'll be hooked because I'll be hooked, and I'll see you guys come Saturday night.
Awesome, Dan. Glad to have you down there.
You're watching. Yeah, anytime, gentlemen. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and we'll be right back.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders, or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax. It's done.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
This works better when it's turned on. I turn it off during the commercial breaks to save the battery. Hi, how are you? Indulge me for just a little bit for Shop Talk for just a quick second. It occurred to me not long ago that tonight is opening night of Music Theater Wenatchee's musical production of Catch Me If You Can. Opening night is tonight, of course, for, I don't know, decades now. Music Theater Wenatchee has always done a musical during the Apple Blossom Festival. Catch Me If You Can. Opening night is tonight, and then it runs all through May 10th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. So opening night is tonight. And then tomorrow at the Wenatchee Convention Center, it's the All-Service Club Luncheon. All the local service clubs get together for one big wing-dang. The Kiwanis and the Rotarians and the Lions, they're all there together at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Dr. Gene Sherritt is the Master of Ceremonies, and Reuben Mays will be the keynote speaker, plus the winner of the Lehman Johnson Award and the Milk Growers Grand Prix Grand Marshal will be getting their awards and making some speeches as well. That's at 12 noon tomorrow at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Not sure if tickets are still available for that. It's $35 and you get lunch and a pretty good program as well. That's tomorrow at noon. Call the Apple Blossom office to see if there's still tickets available on that. And then we get real busy. Come Friday night, we're right back at it. We'll be at the Local Tel parking lot on Grant Road in East Wenatchee for the Classy Chassis Parade presented by Les Schwab. Unlike the other two parades, the Technoplex Youth Parade and the Stump Growers Grand Parade, we have a little bit of a challenge when we do the Classy Chassis Parade presented by Les Schwab because we don't have a set lineup. We don't know who's coming down Grant Road, so we have to ad-lib it as we go. We also have to have two guys who know a lot about cars, and we do. With Ron Bershauer, the longtime owner of Jerry's Auto Supply, now happily retired, and our own Grant Olson, who's a little bit of a car buff himself. And to make things even easier, we send Eric Granstrom out with a wireless microphone onto the parade route, and he'll talk to some of the car owners as they come down the parade route. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be sunny in the lower 80s when the parade begins at 6 o'clock on Friday night. But for whatever reason, if you can't make it, but you still want to indulge in it, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade Friday night, our coverage will begin at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, the big one, Saturday morning at 11 o'clock sharp. The Cannon Sounds and the Stump Growers Grand Parade gets going. We will be set up at our usual location right across Horondo from the Chelan County Courthouse. And Grant Olson is going to do double duties. Eric is going to be walking around with a wireless microphone on Friday night. On Saturday, Grant does the honors. He'll be wandering around the parade route, interviewing dignitaries with Grant Olson and Julie Agents Kuntz, calling the play-by-play, if you will, of the Stump Growers Grand Parade. And as you know by now, it's going to be considerably cooler on Saturday than it will be today, tomorrow, and Friday. In fact, Friday, we're going to be into the 80s again. Now, we've already hit 80 for the first time this year. That was last Saturday during the Technoplex Youth Parade. We got to 80 degrees. We almost set a record high, as a matter of fact, on April 26th. So here is your normal 80-degree mark for the Wenatchee Valley, as you can see there. The average date where we first hit 80 degrees is May 3rd, but we've already done that. The earliest was on April 6th of 1977. That was a very warm spring. And the latest was just 3 years ago when we didn't hit 80 degrees until the first day of summer. It took a long time to warm up. So OMAC, you have not hit 80 degrees yet. You are going to hit 80 degrees, if not Thursday, certainly Friday, and that holds true for most of our viewing area. From the National Weather Service, How about sunshine and 71 today? The wind is all but gone. A ridge is building up. It's going to start sliding into the area. It will be here by mid-afternoon, and that's why we're going to see sunshine and 76 on Thursday. Lower 80s on Friday, warmer still in some locations. Going to be beautiful Friday. Friday night into Saturday, clouds will be rolling in, and then we'll see considerably cooler temperatures, but it looks like we're not going to get rained on Saturday, but it will be a little on the chilly side when the parade starts at 11 a.m. That is it for us. Have a good and safe Wednesday. Join us tomorrow for May. Till then, bye-bye.